Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel and let's jump right into this week's episode of The Bachelor. So this week's episode was really interesting because we saw a lot of things that went down with Corinne and Nick, and then we saw a lot of things that went down with Miss Liz from the previous week. So first of all, let me jump into the whole Liz situation. So last week, y'all remember how I told y'all that Liz needed to go home because she already had her chance with Nick, and I basically felt as if if she wanted to contact him, she could have, because she had all those months of being able to contact him and giving out her phone number to see where things could go. And she didn't. And this episode kind of really highlighted that because they had a challenge where some of the girls went off to like this broken heart museum or whatever, and the museum, they had to put together like this reenactment or play basically of how they would break up with Nick if they were to have a relationship with him and things weren't going well. They had to basically put together like a little skit of how they would break up with him. Well, Miss Thang Liz gets up there and it's like super awkward because she starts going into details about how they really did meet at, a wedding, and how they, slept together and all this, that, and the third. And Nick, honestly, he was embarrassed because he wasn't making eye contact with her. And he really didn't get a chance to fill her out because there's so many women in the house right now. He didn't really get to have that one-on-one time with her where he could sit down and say, hey, let's really discuss what happened in the past, so that we can move forward and have a future together. They didn't really get a chance to have that. Basically, she came on the show, she got on the show, and, they recognized that, yeah, they slept together, they knew each other from the wedding, blah, blah, blah. But they didn't really get to go into the nitty gritty of it. So for her to get up there in front of everybody and do this reenactment, it was just awkward. And honestly, when I was watching it as a viewer, I'm like, is she breaking up with him for real? Because she just really seemed like she was like really breaking up with him. Now, to me, if she really wanted a chance to get at Nick, what she should have did was do like a fake, little play or scenario, whatever, like everybody else did. Everybody else knew to get up there and make something goofy up and, make it fun and, do something kind of silly, but, follow the lines of the instructions of what they were supposed to do, which is break up with him. She gets up there and does like this serious spiel. So it's just kind of like, it was awkward. And I'm pretty sure Nick was probably thinking, okay, is she breaking up with me for real? Or is this, for fake? Like, it was just really, really weird and really, really, really awkward. So then once the play or whatever, or once that little breakup thing they had to do at the museum was over, they went out to a club. While they were at the club, Nick was kind of trying to see if any of the other girls that were in the group with them knew if, Liz and him had really slept together. So he kind of talked to everyone, just kind of was feeling them out, trying to see how they was doing. And no one really knew it until he came across Christine. Now, we know earlier in the episode, Christine had been told by Liz what had happened and, her sleeping with Nick and all that and the other. So Christine knew what was going down. And she was kind of like, yeah, it was really awkward when Liz was up there, like, because of what you guys' history and everything. And Nick's just kind of like, yeah. So at that point, he knew that he had to talk to Liz and just kind of see where her mind was at and see where she was, see what she was thinking. So he gets Liz and they have like the little private moment finally. But at this point, it's pretty much too late. It's done though. Like I told y'all, Miss Liz was not going to last long on the show. So they sat down, they had a heart-to-heart, and he was still trying to figure out what her intentions were. Hey, why are you here? Why are you here? What are you trying to get out of this? How come you didn't contact me while we were away? And she had like some type of weird, weird reason why she didn't contact him. Tell me something. Well, I didn't give you my phone number because I don't really like to talk on the phone that much with people. Like, what? What the hell are you talking about? Okay, first of all, there's text messages. You guys could have texted each other. And if you really don't like talking on the phone, you could have been emailing each other. You know, something. But for her to sit up here and say she didn't give him her phone number because she doesn't like to talk on the phone, it's just kind of like, okay. You know, it was just really weird. Nick thought it was weird, and that's why she was let off the show, because her reasoning just didn't make no sense or whatever. I just think that Liz just pretty much wanted to be on TV. She wanted to be on The Bachelor, and she knew she probably could do it because, you know, Nick knew her, and, you know, the producers would love that. It adds another twist to the show, and that's how she got on. So, you know, I don't blame Nick for eliminating Miss Lady, like, straight on the spot. Like, he was like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to end things with you right now. And I'm just kind of like, thank you, because we all see through her bullshit. Like, just calling a spade a spade. You know, you're on the show because you want to be on the show. You're not on the show because you're interested in dating Nick, or, you know, whatever might have you. You're just on the show because you want to be on the show. So yeah, she's off the show. So now, this week's episode pretty much ended with no elimination because, Nick pretty much has to go into details. He pretty much has to go into damage control now and let the girls know what's going on with, Liz, the whole Liz situation. Now, the previews for next week look a little cray-cray because everybody's all like, oh, I can't believe he would do this. Oh my God, he slept with someone and she was on the show. I'm just kind of like, okay, who the F cares? You know, like, why? I don't get why they're so upset that he slept with somebody else. I mean, y'all know that he's going to be kissing other women on the show and possibly sleeping with other women on the show. So what difference does it make if someone was on the show that he slept with in the past? You know what I mean? Like, why are y'all so upset about it? At least she's eliminated now, and, you know, y'all can go on your merry way. Like, why are y'all so upset about it? But anyway, I will say that for next week. The other beginning part of this episode pretty much started off where the girls were doing, like, some type of challenges dealing with wedding-related stuff, and they had to create, like, these little fantasies and, like, these themes of, weddings. And Cassandra, what's her name? Corinne. I keep on wanting to call her Cassandra. Corinne was in a group of girls, and they ended up winning because she basically took her top off and was floating around with Nick in the pool, acting like a little hoe, in the pool or whatever, talking about some, oh, this is a great way to capture our chemistry, and da 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 da, and so anyway, she and her group ended up winning because she did that. So she kind of took one for the team, and they all went off on, like, a group date or whatever. And during the group date, Miss Corinne thought that she could still have the spotlight. So every time Nick would, like, sit down and talk with another woman, Corinne would, like, butt in and be like, oh, can I have some more time, Nick? Oh, can I have some more time, Nick? Like, every freaking time. And it's like, slow your roll, honey. You had your one-on-one time earlier in the date. Give somebody else a chance. Stop trying to cut in and, you know, get your one-on-one time. Like, slow your roll. Back it up. But she did not care about anybody else. She was just like, this is a competition, and, you know, I need to get my man. And, you know, honestly, I agree with her, you know. I ain't mad at her game because she did win the rose. Nick was obviously feeling her for whatever reason. I guess because she's, you know, I mean, it's like, let's just get real. It is attractive when a girl is forthcoming, and, you know, it probably makes Nick feel wanted as heck, especially given his past and him being, you know, dumped and everything like that, and having a broken heart. So it's kind of nice to be wanted for once. So that's probably one of the reasons why she got a rose. But the thing about it is that a lot of the other girls are upset because they're thinking, okay, Corinne is over here taking off her top. You know, she's kind of pushing the other girls out the way. She's, being forward and kissing all on him and doing all these bold moves, and the other women are just kind of questioning Nick's motive. They're like, okay, are you here looking for a wife, or are you here looking for a girlfriend, or are you here looking for a hoe? Like, what is it that you're trying to find, Nick, within this Bachelor segment? Because we're under the impression you're looking for a hoe, you know, based on your activity with Corinne. So we'll kind of see that a little bit next week. And Corinne is the one with the nanny. Yep, she's the one with the nanny. Y'all know how I feel about that from last week's episode. But anyway, yeah, Corinne is just unstoppable. She's like a honey badger. She's like one of them honey badger chicks. She'll do whatever it takes to get your man, and she'll probably get him too, because you know she gonna do what she got to do to get him. So anyway, that was that whole thing. And then for the one-on-one date, which was really freaking awesome, by the way, Nick chose Danielle M to go on the one-on-one date. She is so freaking cute. She's got like this blonde bob, tall, gorgeous, just, I love her. And she seems so like humble and just mature, and like she just has a good head on her shoulders. And honestly, she seems like a good match for Nick. But anyway, they had a little one-on-one date. Nick, of course, did pick her, and they went to they went on like this date. So they went on a date, and like the start of the date, they were on like a helicopter tour or whatever, and then they landed onto like a yacht, which was like really dope, and they had like champagne and stuff, and they really got to sit down, chill, relax, you know, pretty much spend the day together. Because after that date, after the whole yacht thing, they went out to dinner, and then after dinner they went on a carnival ride. So they got like a really long, like nice day going on, a really long time just kind of get to know each other. Danielle kind of opened up about how she, you know, dealt with relationships of the past, and how one of her exes actually, her ex-fiance committed, well, he didn't commit suicide, he had a drug overdose. Yeah, he had a drug overdose. So and she was the one that actually found him. So, you know, she kind of opened up to Nick about that, and how, you know, how she could like relate to, you know, things not working out like Nick has in the past. So, you know, that was kind of nice. We got like a nice little connection going on. So we kind of saw Nick, you know, just kind of opening up a little bit more, and getting to know the ladies. So yeah, it was a pretty good episode. But yeah, as you guys know, this is my first season watching The Bachelor, and I'm really digging it so far. Like, I'm loving it. My husband kind of teases me, like he'll make fun of me watching it, and I'm just like, shut up, you throwing shade. This is a good show. But anyway, that's it for this week's recap. Be sure to tune in for next week's recap, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.